That's why you got it. We're gonna add this to the group. Oh wow.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Neoliberal Round Podcast. I'm your co-host, Donte Nelson, and today we have a very special episode for you. We're diving into a fascinating investment opportunity presented by the NeoLiberal Corporation. Joining us today is the president and founder of the NeoLiberal Corporation, the mastermind behind the innovative venture. Oh, God. Let's give a warm welcome to Renaldo McKenzie.
Yeah, good to be here. Yes. It's a pleasure to be here. Yes, on our podcast, discussing this exciting investment / donation support opportunity.
Yes. Absolutely, Renaldo. It's an honor to have you here, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. As I should say.
Yes.
So to kick things off, could you give our listeners a brief overview of what the Neoliberal Corporation is all about?
Sure, Dante. Well, first of all, the Neoliberal Corporation is a dynamic and innovative think tank, news commentary, digital media, and independent publishing. Our mission revolves around shaping both the academic and business landscape through a range of innovative projects and services. We're all about promoting free and critical thinking, respecting diversity, and providing top-notch resources for personal and professional growth. The Neoliberal Corporation, a think tank, news commentary, digital media, website content creators, and developers, just so you know, independent publishing company. And we're all about, this is the tagline, serving the world today to solve tomorrow's challenges by making popular what was the monopoly. But we are all about serving the world today to solve tomorrow's challenges so as to promote and facilitate free and critical thinking, expressions, and arrangements that respect and value all human beings and the diversity they bring, thereby realizing our goal of providing information that is activated in our communications. So another part of our tagline is by making popular what was the monopoly. In order for us to serve the world today to solve tomorrow's challenges, we execute this plan, which is making popular what was the monopoly, which is communications. And so we're dedicated to giving the very best leadership, academic, print, digital, and self-help services through our interdisciplinary and expanding services and resources.
All right. That sounds truly impactful, man. Truly impactful, Renaldo. Thank
Yes.
you. Could you share a bit about the diverse projects and services that the Neoliberal Corporation offers?
It's a lot that we're doing. We have diversified. We initially started with the book, Neoliberalism, Globalization, Income Inequality, Poverty, and Resistance, which was published in 2021. We initially started with that. But then, of course, we developed the podcast as a way to discuss and to promote neoliberalism. But over time, the podcast have moved, as I said earlier, in a previous take. I'm probably going to have it added somewhere in this particular presentation.
Right.
What we did was, it's not only are we getting visibility through the podcast platform, but then it also provides an opportunity to provide our thinking and our think tank. I'm just whatever the word is. It provides an opportunity for us to serve the world today, provide news and information, because now we have expanded into news and news commentary.
Yes.
You know, we are out front on several breaking news, commentary, and news actually, and we provide the opportunity on the platform to promote some of our lectures and our programming. So we're into academic textbooks we're diverse. We're into academic textbook neoliberalism book series. It's now a book series because we have book 1, book 2 is about to come out, which explores critical topics like globalization, income inequality, and resistance and poverty, The second book is about neo-capitalism. So that looks at economic systems and how the systems are changing in the world, or how the world is changing, and the backlash within the system. We study the historical development of societies, and you know, and it even goes beyond that for providing solutions. And as I said earlier, that Professor Emeritus Dr. Martin Oppenheimer helped to write that book. But then there's our academic journal for young academics, podcast and video channel, the Neoliberal Round. We're on the Neoliberal Round now. Web hosting and web design and lecture series. So we have diversified and have developed several projects, programs that we use to provide solutions that are on the cutting edge and for development and empowerment of the human. Because we're all about, as I said, we're all about, well, I'm a student of liberal arts, I'm a scholar of liberal arts, which promote issues of human ethics and values. Yes, human ethics and values. But of course, there's the Neoliberalism book series, the 2 books, the academic journal towards developing a Caribbean academic journal of young academics, partnering with Jamaica Theological Seminary. In part of my research at Georgetown, I'm incorporating all of that, podcasting and video channel, the Neoliberal Round Podcast, and also the YouTube channel, academic and content writing for businesses and students, web hosting, design, SEO, AI SEO with Ant Business Solutions, magazines and journals, the Neoliberal Journals at theneoliberal.com. And of course, there is the Neoliberal Post at renaldocmckenzie.com. We have our research on ResearchGate, academic.edu. We have several different platforms and feeds. If you go to the Neoliberal, it's a stable of information. Of course, there's the Neoliberal lectures, Caribbean thought and theology, and several other lectures that we'll be doing in the upcoming weeks and months. Mentoring and leadership resources on the website, and we have those available. And if you want us to come in and help to develop your mentoring program, we can do that, and we provide those services as well. And the Neoliberal transcripts, what we're going to be doing, which is the publication of the Neoliberal Round. All of our discussions in the Neoliberal Round, the 300 podcasts, or over 300 episodes, powerful episodes. We're going to turn them. We're going to publish it as a transcript in a transcript form, volumes 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes.
It's a great idea. It's the form that what we call like a sequence.
Say that again.
Sequence.
A sequence. Yes. So, it's going to be so we're going to have a volume 1, 2. George the Poet actually has that. Sequel. Yeah. George the Poet, actually, he has a podcast. He actually bought a copy of my book. He's in London. He's from Ghana, but he lives in London. Bought a copy of the book in London. Reached out to me on Twitter. And of course, we're supposed to do a collaboration with his show, which is part of BBC. But we haven't had a chance to do that yet. He reached out to me. So the book is available in London. So we are all the way in London, in the UK. So, we have an EU representative there, but we're going to be talking about target and markets later on. So.
Very impressive. With such a diverse range.
Yes.
There's definitely something for everyone.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
So, now you've mentioned revenue projections.
Yes.
Could you give us a glimpse into the financial aspect?
Yeah, and I was talking about this with you earlier, actually. Our financials, we have the potential. It says we are a young grassroots company, so and much of the capital comes from myself, the owner, and probably one or two small donors, but our projected revenue over the next 5 years stands at a staggering 5.45 million. This impressive ROI is fueled by our estimated sales, market trends, and strategic planning. Our projects are designed to not only make an impact, but also yield strong returns for our investors, our donors, and of course, the impact is impact on the human, because we provide empowerment work, especially in vulnerable communities, but also provide solutions to businesses. But as I said to you, the potential, and with the niche market that we've already developed and we're developing, and the partners that are waiting for us to to sign contracts in order to carry our books and some of our services, um, that requires partnership. That requires funding as well. And so, in order to supply, so right now we have markets, we have demands, but we can't supply the market, and we supply them. There are certain markets that we supply.
We would have to be very strategic.
And we're working on that.
I'm working through that. All right. Thank you.
Speaking
of strategies.
Yes.
And could you elaborate on how we are planning to achieve these revenue goals?
Oh, sure. And Donte Nelson is the vice president of the NeoLiberal Corporation, co-producer, and the manager of the show. And we're happy to have him to be he's part of this, so we're happy. And he's going to be actually, sometimes he's on the show, but he's not. But we're going to be doing much more shows like this, where he is part of the discussions, and we're going to be expanding the show.
Yeah, but try to stay away from the camera. Guys.
Yeah, but sure. But our strategies include targeted market expansion, robust online presence, partnerships, and leveraging our team's expertise. And just saying, and when we talk about we're expanding we have a team of people behind us that's working with us.
Yes, we do.
Indirectly and directly, we have advisors, we have mentors. We need more now. We need donors and investors. Our strategy include, as I said earlier, developing reputation. There are three things you need when you start a business, especially when you are a startup. You have to build your brand. So we have to build the neoliberal brand. It becomes a household name, or develop a market where we're developing that, and I think we already have that market. We don't get much visibility where we get a kind of visibility. We have over about 30,000 followers when you combine all of our social media feeds and platforms that we are on, because we're on almost every single one of that, of every single social media platform. And we're developing we provide a staple of news articles and journals and essays every week in all of our feeds and podcasts. And we're talking about highly researched, deep podcasts. Those are part of the strategies of realizing our goal, because it helps to develop your market. It helps to build your brand. But part of what we have done, over the last couple of years, we have been leveraging our technology, building our markets, promoting the podcast is available in over 36 countries. So we are a global company. The services and some of the services and the solutions and the books that we provide, it's a worldwide. We deal with worldwide topics, and worldwide news, and worldwide dynamics, global issues. So our strategy through the podcast, through the journals, through our connections throughout the world, places us at a very unique position to realize our return on investment. Okay. So the strategies include targeted market expansion. We said that already. We've been doing that. We've been working on that. We've been developing the market. Robust online presence, and we are aggressive online. And we hope to do that some more. But by focusing on these strategies, we are confident in our ability to deliver both impact and returns. We have several other strategies that we won't mention on the podcast, because part of our strategy is a model that we have developed, which we cannot share. The model that we will apply will guarantee the kind of returns on investment and the empowerment and the development of the human. Yes.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Our dedication to impact and returns is truly commendable.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
I believe so. Yes. That's true. And I don't. Yeah.
I do as well. But excuse me.
I was about to jump the gun, but I said, "Oh, fuck. I know you have another question for me." So
okay, well, which angle were you about to go?
I mean, I was gonna go the angle that I believe that you wanted me to go, but I won't preempt it. I'll allow you to ask the question.
I like that. Okay. Now, what are the key goals that the NeoLiberal Corporation aims to achieve in the coming years?
That's a very key question, and you say the key goals.
Yes.
Over the next 5 years, our primary goals include building our reputation, expanding our reach, and becoming profitable without external capital investments. We're aiming to reach and engage with over 10 million individuals through our diverse projects, services, and solutions. Now, the journey involves product diversification, research, marketing, and even setting up a studio and office space, which I spoke with you about earlier. Now, we are focused on developing these key areas as we seek to respond to the demand and open markets for our books and services, and as we continue to increase our visibility and expand and streamline our digital media and web application capabilities and services and platforms so as to continue to take advantage of leveraging technology. Now, so again, so these are the key areas. These are the key areas. One, capacity building, which involves staffing, VPS server, and VPN. There's a difference between VPS and VPN. We need a VPN with the kind of work that we do. And
yes, coming into this. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was kind of confused with the, with VPS and VPN, but excuse me. Yes.
Yeah, virtual. Yeah, that is true. So VPS and VPN, but we need a VPN. And when we had a VPS, we realized that they were able to turn it off and turn it on whatever they like. Okay, it's just, I mean, it's just it was still open. VPN, you have more control. Also, we lost over 10,000 customers through one of our online e-commerce platforms because of IP issues and spyware and malware issues that we were having. There are people who work the competition. We are faced with the competition who deliberately corrupt your information and attack malicious stuff to your IP address or to your website or whatever it is, which then when other people try to connect to your website, it flashes malicious. We're having to deal with that and other stuff, other issues. So, but anyway, we need our VPN. We need to beef up our VPN and our security to control products and services, marketing, web application software for customer interface, and expanding publishing and paper writing services. Two, research, staffing, marketing, and distribution of the dissertation that I'm working on in our research, the book projects, towards developing a journal, the Caribbean journal that we're working on. And also marketing, distribution, copyright protection of already published book. We need to do a brand registry. We will also, but in order to register your brand, we need to trademark some stuff. And a lot of this takes a lot of financing. We have a lot of intellectual property. We have taglines, images, journals, feeds. I mean, we have a lot of property, intellectual property that needs to be protected, and we need to spend some time to protect those. So that's another one of the things that we will work on. So again, marketing, distribution, copyright protection, and of already published book, and the one that's about to be published on the 15th of August. There's also we need
my birthday.
That's your birthday. Studio equipment and office space. We're talking about for printing, because we're a publishing company. We're also going to be offering printing services over the next 5 years. Printing, digital media technology. The studio. We need equipment and that office space in the studio for digital media technology, for podcasts and media channels. Studio for admin operations, and our bookstore, which we'll have a coffee shop as well, and with novelty stuff that people can access. Cybersecurity, privacy, trademarks, legal development, and capacity building. Our writing and editing services, we want to expand that. Website expansion and development of the NeoLiberal.com and RenaldoMcKenzie.com for e-commerce capabilities. We want to, because we're going to be providing e-commerce capabilities and on our website. People will be able to come to our website and make us and have seamless purchases of not just our books, but eventually we will cater to other people who want to sell their books on our websites and our feeds and so on. We want to promote not just what we have, our products, but we also eventually want to facilitate the development of building community and empowering people. There are authors today who are struggling to publish their books, so they don't have a market for that. We want to help to work with these people and develop them, especially in this community where we're in. So that's important. We already talked about building reputation, integrity by registering with the Associated Press, Independent Press, diversity. 9, diversity and develop web hosting. Sorry, diversify and develop web hosting, content development, and web applications through Punch. We're already doing that through Ants Business Solutions, and we already have several clients who we're working right now with in terms of providing web hosting, content development, web application, and website design, and so we're already doing that. We want to improve global printing and distribution of our books and materials through partnerships such as with Ingram, Spark, Amazon, but we want to do it ourselves as well, especially for the Caribbean, because we want to provide a service to the Caribbean, because the Caribbean cannot purchase the book at $60 and $70 US. We want to make it cheaper, so we create what we have pending contracts with bookstores in the Caribbean, okay, and we're going to be working with them to make the book accessible to people in certain locals that cannot afford the book at $60, okay, or $70 for the new book. So those are some of the things, that key areas that we want to develop.
Yes, because we want everyone to be provided. Well, we want everyone to be able to, purchase the book.
Sure. Yes.
Like we want the word to get out. So,
yes.
Yeah, we want readers to read the book. So we're making that accessible.
Yeah.
And to make that happen. All right. Yes. Thank you. It's inspiring to hear about our vision for growth.
Yeah.
And could you shed a light on our target market and how we plan to reach them? Oh my gosh.
Of course, definitely. This is what I've been giving this a lot of thought over the last couple of weeks and months. I have been spending a lot of time growing, learning, developing. I have been meeting with. I have garnered the support of certain advisors and mentors who are supporting me, advising me, and with those powerful people, some family members as well. I have some very experienced and educated family members. They're important. Friends, fraternities, people, a network of people who provide me with the kind of advice that I need, and I continue to get advice. I continue to grow advice, and I continue to grow. But our target market includes academics, students, professionals, and individuals seeking intellectual stimulation. Again, our target market includes academics, like yourselves, students, like yourselves, professionals, and individuals, like yourselves, seeking intellectual stimulation. While we're initially focusing on regions like the US, Canada, Caribbean, and the UK, we're also eyeing growth in places like Ghana. Because I checked what we looked at the podcast analytics the other day, and I saw that Ghana is still the number two country behind the US. No other country occupies second spot. We want to okay, so that's a market, emerging market, and so we're eyeing emerging markets in Ghana, Australia, India. India has the most readership in any other place in the world. No other country reads like Indians, okay? All right? And they, in a sense, when you look at the the experience of colonization in Jamaica, it's almost some of our cultures with the curry and so on, Jamaican culture with the curry, it comes from that Indian influence. So when you look at Jamaica, I said Jamaica is a hybrid place. I love the Caribbean is hybrid because not only African influence or the native influence, but also Indian and Chinese, because they came as indentured laborers in 1866 or something of the sort to replace the slaves after slavery was abolished. So all they came. Yeah,
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, so and the kind of, and of course Vice President Kamala Harris, her mom is Indian, her father is Jamaican, and there is this strong relationship. They play cricket in India. We play cricket in Jamaica as well. So there is, but That's a market for us. So that we're building and we're growing, academics and so on and so forth. So that's the market, and our aim is to cater to diverse audience with critical perspectives. With critical perspectives.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
Reaching a global audience
Yes.
with critical perspective
Hmm.
is indeed a noble goal.
Yes.
Then one last question before we wrap it up.
Yes. Oh, we are
Before
the
we
wrap
wrap
up. We are
up.
wrap up. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Reaching a global audience with critical perspectives is indeed a noble goal.
Yeah.
Now, one last question before we wrap up. Could you tell us about the experience and expertise of our management team? I I think we had went into a little bit of that. But
I
can
did
you
publish a little bit
dealt a
about
little
that, but
bit?
I mean, I'm just gonna say this: that our management team is a powerhouse of experience, of experience. Again, our management team is a powerhouse of experience in publishing, media, and academia. They bring a wealth of knowledge and a strong track record in delivering high quality services. Now, this collective expertise ensures our ability to provide innovative solutions and maintain a competitive edge in the market. And that is why, say for example, our Ants Business Solution, our IT team, they are expertise. They are able to provide the kind of web design. I mean, you can visit our web design team. I mean, and we, Mr. Ramon Henry runs our IT department, and he's really good. He's an expert. He comes with a lot of wealth of information, a wealth of skill, a wealth of experience. And but the team, we have a very good team, effective team, but we are gonna get a business manager. We're still gonna get a we need a business manager, um, which is we're gonna be work over the next couple of weeks. We need a strong business manager who can help to execute some of our projects, manage some of our projects and our investments and so on. But already we have the kind of team that is that is willing and able and capable to turn this ship into something dynamic. And many of them are working, have sacrificed. So many of them are working as without being compensated the way we want to compensate them. So what we want to do is, we plan to do a major overhaul in terms of our staffing, and but we will build that over time. But as we grow and develop, and as we become more dynamic and get the kind of capital that we seek, we believe that we'll be able to also acquire the kind of expertise. But what we have so far, what we have now, is enough over the next 5 years to realize our goals. Yes.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing that, Renaldo.
Yes.
I appreciate that, man. And it's clear that the NeoLiberal Corporation is in capable hands, man.
Yes.
Now, as we conclude, could you tell our listeners how they can get involved in this exciting investment opportunity?
Sure. Sure. And one, I just want to say this before I get into that.
Yes.
1 year ago, 1 year ago, we started with a couple of seeds. We've reached and touched over 50,000 people through our newsletters and journals, news commentaries and blogs, podcasts and channels, social media feeds and websites, letters, books, articles and papers, lectures and presentations, educational and leadership resources and materials, mentoring and community partnerships, professional services, writing, and we talk about professional services, writing and paper service,
Yes.
and research and independent publishing services. And now, of course, we said hosting and website services, as we've incorporated Ant Business Solutions into our core business. So we're doing okay. We we're still within the embryonic stages, and I like where
I
we
like how you
are,
put that.
where we are at. I'm not going to say we're doing exceptionally great, because we're doing great in the sense that we're making an impact, and we're able to um, to continue over the last 2 years, and now we're touching into the third year. We were able to continue running this company with limited capital and limited budget. And over the last couple of weeks, other persons have joined the team. We have several people. We have some persons who have joined our teams, joined our expertise, joined our advisory board. We have an advisory
Yes.
board. We have a board of directors. We have a team of mentors and advisors. So there are persons who have seen the growth, and so we're okay, and we're making moves, but I think we can do better, and we will do better. We're doing what we're supposed to do, but we want to exceed that, and we will keep
Yes.
growing as we seek to reach and touch over 10 million, 10 million in 5 years, with 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 our added services and upcoming book projects and programs. No, we never expected to get so far, Dante. We never expected to get, to be honest. And that's why I said we have to put it into perspective. We're doing great in the sense that because we never expected to get this far where we are. But with just 2 years. But with your support, we will get to where we even need to be and exceed those expectations.
Nice.
And so if you're intrigued by our vision, if you are intrigued by our vision, if you are in if that thing is getting
There's one fly just flying over.
every time we decide to sit and do it, he just comes around like he's a buddy, a part of the movement.
Oh man.
Now if you are intrigued by our vision and want to be part of this impactful journey,
Yes.
you can reach out to us for more insights and discussions. We're at info@theneoliberal.com, the neoliberal at renaldocmckenzie.com. You can visit us. You can visit me on Twitter, Renaldo McKenzie, or the Neoliberal Co. And also we are kicking off. In fact, today, Dante, we are kicking off the capital campaign and the fundraising drive. We invite
Yes.
you to visit the website, theneoliberal.com. In fact, I think in this episode of the podcast, we might have in the background QR codes and links, or the website where you can donate or if you want to reach out to us to have a discussions about investment, you can just shoot us an email or visit me on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Reddit, whatever the case is. Visit our website where you can learn more about how you can contact us.
Yeah, check us out.
Neoliberal.com, RenaldoCMcKenzie.com. But today we're kicking off that. Go to the donate page. We're looking for partners. We're looking for donors. We're looking for subscribers. We're looking for investors who align with our mission and are excited about driving transformation and growth.
Yes, fantastic. Thank you so much, Renaldo, for that.
Yes.
For just
There we go.
spilling out that load. Thank you for that. For just shedding a light on this incredible investment
Yes.
and support opportunity, presented by the NeoLiberal Corporation.
Yes.
It's been an insightful conversation, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Dante. I went somewhere else. I was
too.
looking at something else. Dante,
Oh, man.
it's been a pleasure discussing our projects and
Yes, it
vision
has
with
been.
you. There's some podcasts in the future I want to talk about the story, my journey, because I have a powerful story, which I've always been interviewing persons and I give people bits and pieces, but I have a powerful story, powerful journey. I've been through a lot, and I've been humbled by my experiences,
Yes.
and my experiences have taught me a lot, and have humbled me, and I give God thanks for where I am and the opportunities that have come my way, and Some time ago I said to you, how do you adjudicate success? How do you measure success? I mean, how much money you have? I guess people who don't have money will talk the way I do. That's what people will say. Or if you don't have money, then you will measure success somewhere else. But
Right.
you need money,
Yeah.
especially when you're running a business and you want to make an impact and to empower others and to develop profitability. Money is important, but when you think about the impact as well, the impact that you have made in terms of changing life, providing information, that's another way you adjudicate success. Success, because I said to you earlier, when you die with nothing. You don't have no money. You don't have any money to be political, to, to be correct. To be correct. You don't have any money. You don't leave this world with money. Somebody else have that. You go with nothing.
Yes.
What you have left is your name, is your reputation, is your integrity, is the impact you have made, the lives you have touched,
Yes.
the legacy you leave. That is the most important. That is the most important thing. We're getting with
No.
the legacy. That's the most important thing, and we're doing that. But but we will. But we also want to be profitable as well, so that we can continue to do that, and we can empower others, and diversify and provide the services that we can. We can. And also work the model that we have created, which is a powerful model. Thank you so much.
That was very
We're all about serving the world today to solve
solve
tomorrow's
tomorrow's
challenges
challenges.
by making
Yes.
popular what was the monopoly. Join us.
Man.
Donate.
Yes.
Give to us.
Yes.
Invest in us. We
Yes,
need
but
your
before
support.
we log off,
Yes.
it was a pleasure,
Yes.
a pleasure
Indeed.
asking you those questions and just overviewing and going over some of
Yes.
the importance,
Mm-hmm.
some of the importance that
Yeah.
we are doing.
Yes.
It's,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's empowering to hear, what you are doing. And we are speaking of that. You are speaking of that.
Yes.
So it's filling joy and greatness and hope and just belief inside of me as your expression and the news and information that you are giving to our listeners.
We provide a subaltern perspective. You want to know what subaltern is? Visit my Caribbean theology or my Caribbean thought class. It's available on the YouTube channel, the Neoliberal Round by Renaldo McKenzie.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
And thank you for hosting the show. I hope
Yes,
you do.
it was a
I hope you
pleasure.
come back and
It was a
host more
pleasure.
shows. Yes.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in to this special episode of the Neoliberal Round Podcast. If you're ready to explore this investment opportunity further, don't hesitate to reach out to Neoliberal Corporation. Stay tuned to more thought-provoking.
Conversations.
Don't hesitate to reach out to the Neoliberal Corporation. Stay tuned for more thought-provoking conversations in the future. Until next time, this is Donte Nelson. Signing off, guys.
What good. Peace.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Neoliberal Round Podcast. I'm your co-host, Donte Nelson, and today we have a very special episode for you. We're diving into a fascinating investment opportunity. We're diving into a fascinating investment opportunity presented by the Neoliberal Corporation. Joining us today is the president and founder of the Neoliberal Corporation, the mastermind behind this innovative venture. Let's give a warm welcome to Renaldo McKenzie. Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for an amazing
Yes.
for that introduction.
Yes,
Oh, that
sir.
was a strong handshake.
Yes, sir.
Very good. It's good to be here. Thank you, Dante. It's a pleasure to be here on our podcast and discussing this exciting investment hub. Or it's not just investment; it's investment fundraising or investment support. We call it investment slash support or donation opportunity. Investment slash support opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah, we call
I'll
it
go
that.
with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you recording?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't
Oh
know
my
that.
gosh. All right now. Absolutely. Abs-
Oh, this is a test run.
yes.
All right.
Absolutely, Renaldo. It's an honor to have you here. So to kick things off, could you give our listeners a brief overview of what the Neoliberal Corporation is all about?
Most certainly, it's about a lot.
Wow.
It's it's a it's a major work. It's grassroots. Uh, it's powerful. It's dynamic. It's innovative. Um, the Neoliberal Corporation is dynamic, innovative think tank. We're a think tank, news commentary, digital media, and an independent publishing company. And which involves not, by the way, independent publishing slash IT company because we provide web services as well and academic support. Our mission revolves around shaping both the academic and business landscape through the academic, business, and political landscape actually through a range of innovative projects and services and solutions. And we're all about promoting free and critical thinking, respecting diversity, and providing top-notch resources for personal and professional growth. And to be honest, when I say we're dynamic, it's because we have diversified. We provide a range of services. We have two websites, theneoliberal.com and RenaldoMcKenzie.com, the Neoliberal Post, the Neoliberal. And we'll talk. I guess we'll get into that later on. So let me not. But that's what we are. We started about 2 years ago. We're registered. We're registered by the Pennsylvania Department of Bureau of Charitable Organization, charitable and profitable organizations, whatever it's called. We have a we're registered, and we're spending a lot of time to develop and build the company and our presence. And we've published one book, and we are publishing another book, and we're working on 3 other projects to get some publications out and starting some journals and so on. So,
All right. So could you inform our listeners the name of the second book that is coming out?
the name of the second book is Neoliberalism, Neoliberal Globalization Reconsidered, Neo-Capitalism and the Death of Nations. And that book will be, well, the plan is to get it out on the 15th. Hopefully we can get it out. There's a lot of work to be done. And it's going to be co-authored by, he has some contributions. He's written the preface, Professor Emeritus Dr. Martin Oppenheimer. He has, he wrote we worked on the preface together. He worked on the preface.
Okay.
And the book is kind of dynamic. It's academic, but it's not written with that academic kind of language. It has some academic language, but it also has regular language. It has humor. It has prose. It's creative in the writing because you won't. It's not linear. You say, for example, you have some dialogue between myself and Professor Emeritus in the book. Myself and Professor Emeritus is having a conversation about capitalism. What is capitalism? Or what is neo-capitalism? What as against neoliberalism? We spent some time in the first part of the book defining that, and then we delve into global issues and challenges, and then we have an epilogue that reimagining peoples within critical race theory, not thinking race, but moving away from a victim approach to a hero approach. And the book is quite powerful. It's like a saga. It's a it's bigger than the last one. But it's powerful. It's an academic book, but it's for everybody to read. But it's intense.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that. All right. So, and could you share a bit about diverse projects
Yes, yeah, because I've been talking about that a
and
lot.
services
And we have about
that the Neoliberal
diversity.
Corporation um is providing.
Absolutely, Dante. We have quite an exciting lineup of projects. And we are into academic textbooks. And I said to you, one of the books that we did was Neoliberal Globalization. Neoliberal, the book coming up. Well, we have a neoliberalism book series. Many of you might be familiar with neoliberalism book one. Um, Neoliberalism, globalization, income inequality, poverty resistance. It came out in 2021.
Yes.
We are still working on. We're still working on getting that book into in Jamaica, and we're still working on. The book is not doing as well as we want it to do, because our marketing has not been as strong as we wanted. That takes a lot of capital, and we also. But one of the projects we have is to beef up our marketing, beef up our Caribbean tour. We have several tours coming up, Canada, UK, Ghana, US,
Yes.
Florida. We're going to be doing, and we're going to be so.
Sure.
We revised the book recently, so now we're working, and it's beautiful. We are working on um, getting that book out into our niche market. We have a second book coming out. That's the second project that we have. Um, um, and of course, the book series explores critical topics like globalization, income inequality, and resistance. Then there's our academic journal, Caribbean Thought and Theology Journal, which is tailored to young academics, and that we're working with. I'm an adjunct professor at Jamaica Theological Seminary. I teach some Caribbean thought and theology, and what we have done, I'm working with that university to develop a publication, a quarterly and a yearly academic journal, where where the students research papers, and some professors contribute to the journal, and we publish that journal. So we're working on that project, and that's going to be major for the seminary. As a major university, I believe that they need to have a printing press and major publications. So my job is, and we are through the Neoliberal Corporation, is to work to develop that, okay, through the partnership there. So there's also the podcast, and we have the video channel called the Neoliberal Round, and various other services like academic and content writing, web hosting and design, and even a lecture series.
No, very impressive. Very impressive.
Oh, and did I say video? We have a video channel as well.
I don't think you have, but yes.
Yeah, we have the video channel, the YouTube that we're trying to develop, and one of the plans over the next, over the next 3 years, is to have an office and a facility with a bookstore with our books, magazines, periodicals. We have a load of content. We have load of content, we have a lot of content that touches a range of topics on leadership, mentoring, religious and inspirational topics, economics. We're doing 2 research right now. We also are involved in research. I didn't say that. Our research project we're exploring changing attitudes towards Afro-Caribbean beliefs in Jamaica. And there's also the petition for Haiti that we're also working on, and we have been partnering with the IJDH, that's been Brian Concanon, and we're working on that. So there is a lot that we're working on. There's a lot that we're doing. Yeah. There's a lot. So yes.
Everything is just very impressive that we are hearing from our listeners and our viewers. Okay, so in question, with such a diverse range, there's definitely something for everyone, I see. And
yes,
so now you've mentioned in the revenue now you've mentioned in the revenue projections, and could you give us a glimpse into the financial aspect of this investment?
Well, let me tell you, certainly our project's revenue over the next 5 years, where we are now, is much of the funding comes from, of course, my personal funding, which is not huge. Okay, so so right now our financials are not where we want it to be, but when you look at the projects that we have, the connections that we have, and our connections are major. We have connections with several different churches and organizations and fraternities and schools, and it's just and we have spent the last 2 years developing our presence or establishing and developing our presence, and also building our reputation and integrity. Those things are important when you start a company, and we have been able to do that through leveraging technology in such a way by that we are on almost every single social media platform. It hasn't been easy because now these platforms are charging you to promote. If you post something, they're charging you. So, but we have been able to use that, and whenever we get funding, we try to promote our funding through promoted tweets, to whatever promote through Google and so on and so forth. We understand AI SEO. We know how it works, but it also works. But you have to have funding.
Yes.
But we are developing our niche market, but right now, but our revenue over the next 5 years stands at staggering $5.45 million. I believe that we will be able to get to more than 5.45. But for now, over the next 5 years, our projection, bar none, is anywhere at about $5.45 million. That's a meager. And this impressive return on investment is fueled by our estimated sales, our market trends, and our strategic planning. Our projects are designed to not only make an impact, okay, but also yield strong returns for our investors and our donors and supporters. It's okay. We are giving back to communities. Okay, we are facilitating critical thinking and academic thought. We're a think tank, and we provide these academic services and so on, so especially to communities. So we are we're adding value to society, and we're also trying to add value to our supporters. Okay?
Yes. Yes, we are. All right. Well, speaking of strategies, man, could you elaborate on how you were planning to achieve and could you elaborate more on how we are planning to achieve these revenue goals?
Oh, absolutely. And I probably mentioned just now of some of our connections. It's the ability to be able to network and to myself as the president of the company. I have spent over the last. I'm 44 years old. It's public knowledge. It's in the back of my book. You see my date of birth. So I won't hide it.
You're only getting younger.
And I have the life I have taken me all over the world. I still haven't been to the UK though, but I've been to a lot of different places and meet different peoples. And although I haven't been to the UK, I've been to a lot of different places, and I'm part of different organizations. Some my connection is not as strong, but there is a connection. Okay, and my job is, I have the ability to be able to redevelop. As long as you're alive, you can rekindle any fire. You know how to build a fire? Okay,
Yes.
right? When a fire, okay, the fire dies, okay, if you don't add fuel to the fire. But you can relit a fire. You can rekindle it.
Yes, you can.
So, but guess what? The thing is, it might be dead now, but the ash is there, the stump and the wood, everything is
Yes,
there.
burns out. Yes.
So although there's it can be
And then you
rekindled.
just have to
And
let
so
the
I'm part of a
ash.
lot of organizations, some where the fire have burnt up, but guess what? The connection is still there. I just need to spark it. Yes. So those connections are there. Those are opportunity for us, and we have been spending a lot of time leveraging our technology. Our strategies include targeted market expansion, robust online presence that we're building, partnerships, leveraging our team's expertise. And by the way, we have powerful and very experienced, knowledgeable and talented mentors and advisors behind this company. We have a powerful team, a family of experts.
Yes.
But we believe in the power of connection and high quality content to set us apart from the competition. By focusing on these strategies, we're confident in our ability to deliver both impact and returns. Impact and returns. I have written a 100-page document, okay, spelling out our strategy, but part of the strategy involves funding,
Yes, it
and
does.
and we cannot, and that's part of the problem that we're having. If we are able to get the funding we need, we are able to now begin our book tours. We already have people waiting.
Yes,
We have several people, bookstores
we can
waiting
start
to
moving.
correct the
Moving
book.
on a lot of projects that we already have started, or that we have a vision for. We can start making
Yeah.
moves. We can start.
Yes.
But some involves the funding, and and things have to be on a hold, but in due time.
But the podcast,
Yes.
the podcast is provides an opportunity for us. The YouTube channel provides an opportunity for us. The websites that we have provide an opportunity for us. The journals and the blogs, the newsletter that we have. All of these is part of the strategy, but it also helps us to meet. It's like using one stone to kill three birds. Because we have limited capital, what we did, we have all our fees. Say, for example, the podcast is free. I deliberately made it free because in order, I don't have a big name publisher. Okay, so in order for the book to make sense, what I did was to develop a podcast, and the podcast is free and it's heard all over the world. And I spared no chance to talk about the book. That's a strategy, but it also provides a platform for us to provide. And the podcast had moved on from the book now. Actually, it started, but it had moved on.
Yes, it has.
It's
But
about
in a beautiful
news. It's
way.
about politics. We are
In a
out
very beautiful
front
way,
on the
yes.
Castro v Trump. The
Yes.
ability to connect with people, to invite people on the show. What's it like living in Philadelphia. Those shows provides two opportunities. One for us to promote the neoliberal and what we're about, and to develop our brand and our. But
I love that angle that we had went
Yes.
going with what's living like.
What's it like living? And we're coming
What's
back with
like
that
living
show.
in
That's
Philly.
coming back up.
That was the angle to go at that time. It was.
Yes.
All right.
We're just
So,
doing a dry run, right? I can smell that cigarette. Is this official?
All right. So, our dedication to both impact and returns is truly commendable. To me.
Yes.
Is it to you?
It is. It is.
All right. Now, and what are the key goals that the NeoLiberal Corporation aims to achieve in the coming years?
Over the next 5 years, our primary goals include building our reputation, expanding our reach, becoming profitable without external capital investments, and we can do it. We can do it. With what we have achieved already, there's much more to. If you type in the neoliberal, we're developing our brand, we're developing our name recognition. That's the first. Why would you're not going to buy a particular, especially, and we're in the knowledge based business. You're not going to listen to somebody or gain in. You're not going to buy there if they don't have some kind of name. So the first, I'm telling you, the challenge is to build name recognition. So by constantly posting and journaling and writing and it's
just putting the word out.
Right. So we can do it. We are aiming to
Yes.
reach and engage. Let me tell you, we have reached we have reached over 10,000. We'll be able to reach over 5,000, 10 million people. And let me just go back. I have to say this. I said we're aiming to reach and engage with over 10 million individuals. 10 million through our diverse projects, services, and solutions. This journey involves product diversification, which we're already doing. We've already had done. Research, which we are doing and working on. We have a team of persons and access to a team of researchers who are willing to work with us, and we're already conducting research. Marketing, and even setting up a studio and office space, which I spoke with you earlier about.
Yes.
Our dream, we are going to set up, we're going to have a bookstore in Jamaica with printing office and coffee and provide other service, and here in the U.S. in
That's the vision that will be possible. We and keep on having belief and faith, and just keep on pushing.
It's easy
through.
to talk about these things. Okay,
It
you
is.
know, you can. I don't know.
No, go ahead.
It's easy to talk about these things, but these aren't fairy tales. God has when I look over my life, every single opportunity that I get, wherever I am, I'm seeing how God is taking me. I went to Penn, an Ivy League. I never believed that I would ever get to Penn. That wasn't even part of the plan, because I said I would never get into that school. And I got into Penn. And then they asked me to come back to do another master's. Okay. Then I applied for Georgetown for their doctoral program. They only allowed 12 hours, 6 or something people in the program. Over 500 people applied. I was on the top of the list. I got a call from the dean, or the head of the chair of the, and they said, "Oh, you were highly recommended. You know." And to be honest, I applied because I knew I was gonna.
I remember that day.
It's the opportunities I have.
That morning.
Yeah.
I remember.
You know, Kevin Harrington reached out to me and said, "Hey, I like what you're doing. Keep doing it." You know, then I've been praying. I said, "God, give me content." He's giving us content. I said, "God, bring powerful people, influential people to follow us, to support us." In a sense, we have some powerful and influential people, and we have that supporting us. And but now we're looking for capital. We're looking for funding. That's the kind of support we need, because we are at a very important place. And this book is a powerful book. This book, it's powerful.
Neoliberalism, globalization, income inequality, poverty, and resistance.
And we want to globally print and ship.
Took the time to
and in order for it to happen, we need your support.
Please do.
Yes.
Please go check it out. Yes. Thank you.
And we're actually doing a fundraising drive, but we'll talk about that. But after, you have a question for me about target market.
Yeah. Well, it's very inspiring, to hear about our vision of, for growth over and over, because it keeps me still going. It keeps me still fighting. Yes. When in the lowest days just come, I have faith. I have belief in the whole company. I have belief in us. Yeah. So just to keep hearing about it, and I've had to make a lot of sacrifice. In terms of starting this company and pursuing my dream and my passions. And I said to people in our community, they don't read a lot. I'm walking up the street, I'm walking on the road, I'm talking to people, they see me with a bag, they're, "Oh, yo, youngster, you sell weed? You got some weed?" I'm like, "No, but I got books." They're like, "Oh, no, I'm good." But I'm like, "But you got books? You got books?" You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to facilitate critical thinking. Yes.
Okay? Within our community. Critical thinking, because to people, society is complex.
I can concur with
society is complex. It's complex, and my knowledge have grown significantly, and it's just the experience of starting this company was the best decision I've ever made. I've made a lot of sacrifices. It's not been easy. I've gone through a lot of hardship over the last 2 or 3 years. Sometimes I said I'm going to abandon this venture, try to get a job. Sometimes I think God prevents me from getting a job. Probably, I don't know, because I prayed and asked Him to run this company, and some days are good, other days are bad. But it's been a learning experience. I've grown a lot.
Sorry, guys.
I've grown a lot. I've grown a lot. Humble. I've been humble. Don't take anything for granted. But my faith has grown significantly, and I've come to understand life, and it's just the way how I look at life is just a particular kind of truth, which just makes me understand. My reactions to certain situations are different, because when you learn about life, the more you know that you don't really know anything. I study society, I study human nature over the years, and I've learned so much. I'm telling you, it's profound. it's profound. It's profound, and I give God thanks for that opportunity. I really do. I really, really give God thanks. I never, when I was younger, I said I wanted to be like an Einstein. And when I look over my life, I see God like turning me into an Einstein in a sense.
Wow.
But I study human society. My idea about theology and religion, just recently while teaching the theology class, I have my thinking about theology, and it has changed in terms of religion and how we see God and and the information we have today about how we see God. It's kind of powerful when I discovered it recently. Anyways, it's not about that, but yeah.
Okay.
So I'm a talker.
That's all right.
So,
At times,
yes.
Like there's a testimony that needs to be heard.
Yes.
Yes. All right. That's what you.
I don't know. You asked me. I don't know. Did you?
No,
Okay, I didn't talk about.